Since June 2016, the UFC middleweight division has been anything but predictable.
Oh, he got rocked! He hurt him bad.
First, Michael Bisping shocked the world by knocking out champion Luke Rockhold and capturing the 185-pound title.
Michael Bisping is the champion!
He then defended his belt against longtime rival Dan Henderson. And followed that up by booking a super fight against the returning legend George St. Pierre.
I'm a better version than I was when I used to compete.
The sport is a different place. Game over.
But GSP's return would not come as quickly as anticipated.
George St. Pierre is saying he will not be ready to compete now until November. Who knows if that's even the case? We're not waiting for George St. Pierre anymore. We're moving on with the division.
But a knee injury and recent surgery has prevented Bisping from taking on the next challenger, and his timetable for return is questionable. So amidst the chaos, top middleweights have battled it out for a shot at the interim belt.
Oh. Beautiful jab. Beautiful right hands by Mousasi. What a fight.
And the clear #1 contender has proven his worth. For this Cuban wrestling great, a UFC title shot was inevitable. It was just a question of when.
Tú tienes que tener una mente bien flexible. Se pronosticó un día soleado y de momento empezó a llover. ¿Qué vas a hacer?
Not only has the self-proclaimed soldier of God never lost a fight in the UFC, but he has displayed a level of violence and power that leaves the world's greatest fighters lost and exposed.
Oh! That guy's something, man. He is something.
Stoppage has got to be coming soon.
Oh! Romero with a big shot.
Oh! Huge elbows. Yoel Romero.
El hombre se puede preparar para la guerra con armadura y caballo.
Oh! We got caught with a spinning back fist. He's stunned.
Quien da la victoria es Hashem de los ejércitos.
Yoel, soldier of God, Romero.
4 años atrás, cuando yo recuerdo que entré a la UFC, pusieron un listado de los 100 primeros atletas de UFC.
Romero!
Recuerdo que yo estaba en el 78.
Beautiful takedown. There's not a whole lot of humans that can move like that.
Mira dónde estoy hoy, brother.
Flying knee. He knocked him out. Wow. That's it. This fight's over. Yoel Romero. Wow.
That is
Wow.
an extremely dangerous man.
Look at him. Look at this. Right in front of us.
Firmly established atop the division, Romero will compete for the interim middleweight title in Michael Bisping's absence from competition. A worthy opponent to face him is the latest addition to the top 5, who can be found across the globe. The land down under is home to a New Zealand-born martial artist whose odyssey began as a young child. Soon after, he relocated to Australia.
What are you doing, Jack? Running around in circles? Yeah, right. Working the cardio. Getting that cardio in. Me and my brother and my father, we all lived in a townhouse. Didn't have a lot of money, but looking back, it was all pretty cruisy. I played rugby league all growing up, and I did that on par with like my karate and martial arts. Sounds good, eh?
Beautiful.
Where you going, Jack? It's finding it very hard to stay big enough to run at these big boys and keep my weight low enough so I could make welterweight at the time. Don't do that. Just do
No,
this to me
don't
out.
get the plans, babe.
So I just said, screw it. You know, I think I'm just gonna go all in with fighting, and let's say things are going pretty well. Super nice. Why don't we do this more often?
Martial arts it was. And for aspiring fighters in Sydney, there's no better instructor than mastermind Henry Perez,
Keep moving, let's go, keep moving.
who took notice of Whittaker's tremendous potential at an early age.
Robert primarily came into my gym with a karate background, and that's a stand-up system, and I would generalize Robert now as strong in all areas. He's very adaptive, and that makes Robert Rob.
Under the guidance of Perez, Whittaker would begin fighting professionally at just 18 years of age. And after amassing 9 wins, he won the Ultimate Fighter for Team Australia.
From Sydney, Australia, Robert Whittaker!
And began to realize that there was much more to accomplish.
When I first joined the UFC, it was more about trying to stay in it. But it dawned on me, you know, I've already got this far. If I do X, Y, Z, and I make these changes and, you know, my performance is good, you know, I can be the best in the world.
After 5 fights in the UFC at welterweight,
Robert Whittaker finishes Colton Smith.
Whittaker moved up to 185 pounds, where he quickly made his presence known.
Oh, he goes down with a knee.
That is it! Robert Whittaker! 2 early knockdowns for Whittaker. Tomorrow's to go!
That is what's scary about Whittaker. He is a finisher, and he's extremely aggressive.
Robert Whittaker with a head kick!
How is Brunson standing? Uppercuts from Whittaker.
Down goes Brunson! Whittaker has knocked out Derek Brunson in the first round!
After 5 straight wins in his new division, Whittaker was booked against one of the most dangerous men to ever compete. 8-time World Jiu-Jitsu champion, Ronaldo Jacare Souza, a worthy contender for the title, ready to prove his place once again.
There he is, the man some call Bobby Knuckles, highest striking rate among active UFC middleweights, the takedown defense near 94%. That will be tested by the elite grappler Jacare Souza tonight.
Jacare's been a household name for a long time. He's been at the top of the food chain for a long, long time. And everything went according to plan.
Jacare so strong at 185 pounds, changes levels here.
Head position!
Whittaker told me, said he feels everybody flips out and freaks out and forgets their basics when they're on the ground with Jacare. Good defense so far. Wow, that's a huge win for the confidence of Robert Whittaker.
He's gonna charge harder now, Rob. He's gonna charge harder. Be elusive. 1 hit at a time.
1 at a time, Robert. Good.
Oh! Robert Whittaker, huge right hand! Down goes Jacare!
Up, Robert, let him up, let him up!
A window of opportunity for Whittaker, who wisely allowed Souza back to his feet.
Very smart of Robert Whittaker. He hurt him again with that uppercut.
Yep. Oh, head kick from Whittaker!
Jacare is on wobbly legs.
Oh! Massive head kick for Whittaker, follows it up with a straight right. Oh, Souza's in trouble here. Oh, Whittaker pouring it on now. And that is it. Robert Whittaker has done it. He finishes Jacare Souza in round 2.
I'm not playing. You know, these aren't games.
Robert the Reaper Whittaker!
I'm number 3 in the UFC for a reason. You know, I fought my way up and I worked hard. I earned that spot, and I can definitely beat any middleweight in the world.
For UFC middleweight Robert Whittaker, worldwide recognition for his performances in the UFC has afforded him the ability to positively influence future generations at home.
We're going to go on a tour, go there, see some of the kids, try and take the fitness course out there, and it should be really good, really excited.
Today, that means sharing his life with the Aboriginal Australians of Moray.
Aboriginal Pathways, we've done a partnership with Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Smitten Grange. So we're looking at Aboriginal business owners to run sort of gyms and promote healthy eating and healthy lifestyle. And Rob Whittaker has been a mentor on the program.
Does anybody have any questions about the UFC, about my training?
I've got a question. Can you tell me how important you think that your education has been?
Education is absolutely vital for every aspect of your life. And to be the world champion, you need to think. You need to be a thinker to be a world champion. And, you know, you're not going to get there without education. Education is super important.
Are you scared to fight your companion?
The nerves I felt from the first time I went out and I competed have not changed at all. But it's what you do while you're feeling nervous. It's how you act and how you behave. Thank you, boys. Appreciate it, man. I really do. The experience and the journey out here was just absolutely amazing. You want me to show you some kicks? Yeah? I'll show you some kicks. So the spinning heel kick is when my opponent's here, I'm gonna step across and come around high. If one kid leaves there and says, you know what, Mum, Dad, I want to go do fitness, or I want to go into jiu-jitsu, or I want to go into the path of sports and fitness, then that'll make my day, you know? That's the whole objective, is to come out here and show these kids what hard work and training and, you know, the sports and fitness industry can do for them.
Whittaker's budding role as an ambassador for Australia is part of his transformation into a consummate professional athlete.
Rob's development over the years since I've known him, I've seen him mature not just as a fighter but as a man, much more professional in the way that he approaches everything. He's moved house, his training's completely different.
I truly do think I've surrounded myself with some really smart and good individuals, you know, good for myself and good for my skills. Yoel Romero is my high performance and wrestling coach. Alex Prates does my jiu-jitsu.
30 seconds, fight for the break, 30 seconds, okay? Let's go, move.
It's about getting small improvements consistently.
Go, time.
Boys have not just Rob, but all the fighters, they have like a professional athlete approach.
We're gonna pick it up a bit, okay? We're gonna do rounds of 1.5 minutes, 1 minute. Let's go, time, go.
We train all year round, all aspects of his martial art.
The team's focus on improving Whittaker's full arsenal of techniques remains, but they recognize the extraordinary grappling challenge that awaits them at UFC 213, where they will attempt to hand Olympic medalist Yoel Romero his first loss in the UFC.
Romero is a wrestling god, so to speak.
I've never seen him not be dangerous at any stage of a fight.
I need these tough fights to push me further, to truly bring the best out of me. I'm training my absolute ass off because I know he's going to be a hard fight. I'll be expecting 25 minutes of war, then I hope he is too.
Yoel Romero made wrestling his craft as a youngster in Pinar del Rio, Cuba. He was a natural, and from there, he would represent his home country on the global stage, earning an Olympic silver medal and 10 golds at various world championships. In 2008, he turned to a career in MMA while studying in Germany, before finding permanent training grounds in the United States.
Llegar aquí en Miami era casi Cuba también, pero con más cosas, pues sí. Esa misma, ¿tú me entiendes? Esa contentura al saludarte, las personas, al caminar.
Mucho gusto, Chino.
Bendiciones.
Gracias.
Bendiciones. ¿Cómo está la reina?
¿De verdad? ¿Y qué? ¿Una niña o un niño?
Niña.
¿Niña? Ay, esto también.
O sea, el mismo sabor, la misma sabrosura, la misma alegría, sin tanto estrés, ni tanta amargura, ni tanto dolor, ¿me entiendes? Sabiendo que tus sueños se pueden hacer realidades, ¿me entiendes? Sin empúa. Allá donde está la tierra que emana la leche y la miel. Y entonces, para mí ha sido Miami.
Romero's MMA skills have rapidly progressed in the 5 years he spent with American Top Team's Miami affiliate. And as the team prepares for the biggest fight of their life, they won't forget what brought the soldier of God to the brink of another world title.
Preparado, listo, tiempo. Vamos a exigirle, vamos a exigirle, vamos a buscarlo, vamos a exigirle, vamos a buscarlo. Eso.
Para poder explicar esto, por mucho que lo explique científicamente, no lo vas a poder entender si la gente no hicieron lucha. Para saber lo que es lucha, tú tienes que llevar tu espíritu y tu alma a un cuello.
¡Tiempo!
En la lucha tienes que empujar tanto y tanto tu propio yo. Eso es lucha. La lucha no es un juego.
¡Listo! ¡Tiempo! Tienes que seguir girando para eso, para el mismo lugar. Ven para acá, Camilo, ven para acá. Ahí.
Que
manifiesta mucho valor en los combates. Y eso, al final, en cualquier deporte que él decida, creo que iba a ser grande. 5 segundos. Para el mismo lugar. ¡Tiempo! Yoel, para cogerte, para recuperarte. No, camina, está bien. Ok, camina. Yoel sí tiene muchos fanáticos en Cuba. Que si hay 11 millones, sean fanáticos de él, porque todavía, tranquilo, relájate, respira. Profundo, respira bastante. Todo lo que tú puedas, oxigena todo lo que tú puedas. Vamos, nos fuimos, caballero. Tiene que estar ahí el otro. Vamos, rápido.
It was wrestling that gave Romero widespread acclaim, but it's the UFC interim middleweight belt that will reciprocate his appreciation for those who inspired him to become the #1 contender.
Va a haber una pelea muy importante para todos los cubanos, va a haber una pelea importante para todos los latinoamericanos, para toda la gente de Miami, para mis compañeros, para mi team. De los suyos, no. Por fin ha logrado Cuba tener un título mundial en el UFC.
In the southern pocket of the Eastern Hemisphere, Australia and its neighboring New Zealand share a rich history across many sports. And these nations have been represented well in the UFC by fighters known less for their brash personas and more for the ferocity they bring to their bouts.
Oh, he caught him with a big right hand there.
Anthony Perosh finishes the fight.
Oh, that's it. Wow.
It is an Australian thing, I believe. We tend to be humble and just go about our business. But out there on the field or in the cage or in the ring, we give it our all. I think that's Rob to a T as well. You know, you'll find him, that quiet, unassuming family guy. But I wouldn't like to be on the end of him in a cage. Once Rob starts to get hands on his opponents, wills get broken, we see the whole demeanour change, and he's only gotten better with it. So, it's no surprise where he's at today.
Robert Whittaker is on the doorstep of the UFC world title, primed for a showdown with Cuban wrestling great Yoel Romero, who stands in his way of being the first in history to bring the UFC belt to Australia.
I definitely think my striking is my advantage. His advantage is his wrestling. I think on paper that's exactly what it is, but fights aren't won on paper.
La pregunta no es esa. La pregunta está, ¿dónde está el key para la victoria? La llave de la victoria la tiene Hashem.
As dangerous as Romero is, and he's very dangerous, he's #1 in the world for a reason, Rob's the guy to go in there and shake it up. He didn't get this far just to not give it his all. He's going in there all guns blazing, so I hope Romero and his team are ready for it.
He knocked him out. Wow. That's it. This fight's over.
Nosotros estamos listos. Bendito sea el Señor.
For the man who claims the interim middleweight title, the champion Michael Bisping awaits.
Bisping owes me a fight, We were supposed to fight all those weeks ago, and you owe me a fight, man.
I love you, man. I love you. See you soon, boy.
And in the night's main event, the best females at 135 pounds will run it back. This time with the belt on the line. A fitting end to the UFC's International Fight League.
This show is gonna be like crazy. I've been fighting more than 20 years, and to be the main event of this kind of fights, it's a lot of honor. I know exactly what I have to do, and I know I will do it.
Flawless performance by Amanda Nunes.
I wanna walk out the cage with my belt. It's gonna happen.
It all goes down at UFC 213, July 8th, in Las Vegas.
Fight.
I'ma get mine, just a matter of time.